God, I wish I was sitting up there drinking something stronger. Good evening and salutations, my JH fans. You know, one of the ways that I sit there and I review these soap operas from GH, YNR days, and B&B is that no one is spared the rod. So, I'm going to sit there and say this as simple as possible. If you are a Carly or Nina fan, you might want to exit the room because I'm about to sit there and get on both of their asses. It's almost a game of eeny, meeny, miny, mo of who I should drag first. Screw it. We'll go with Nina. Okay, so Ava isn't it telling Nina to tell, telling Nina to tell the truth about her about her history with Drew. But she does nothing but make excuses, right? And she calls Martin over. And this is where this level of I'm not even gonna bother being nice. This is where this level of stupidity comes from with Nina. Because she calls Martin over. So this way Willow can get full custody of the kids. Full custody. And then she sits there and she blames Drew. First of all, she talks down the affair. Well, she talks down the affair. And then she blames Drew Smith saying that Drew took advantage of her daughter. I'm like, this chick done lost her goddamn mind. Like, she done seriously, and in all reality, it is so much better. It is so much better that Nina did not raise Willow. Because she would have turned out to be one screwed up, entitled brat. And don't get me wrong, Michael's not that much better with Carly because of his passive-aggressive nature. Because of the way that Carly, Sonny, and Jason is constantly sitting there handling his problems. Like, he's not a grown-ass adult that can sit there and handle his own ish. But we'll get back to Nina. So after she pretty much blamed Drew for everything, and Willow is just this innocent little flower that was just taken advantage of. Martin's like, this is going to be an uphill battle. With Michael, his money, his resources. And I'm just like, this chick done seriously lost her goddamn mind. Not to mention that I cannot wait until this shit blows up in her face when Willow finds out what both of those two are doing. I can't wait for that shit. Now, Carly, first of all, Carly storms on in and is like, why did you not sit there and tell me about, what Willow and Michael was doing? I mean, what Willow and Drew was doing. How come you didn't tell me? Because it was none of your goddamn business. That's why. Because it was none of your damn business. If Michael, like Jason said, if Michael wanted you to know, he would have told you. Not to mention that as much as Jason despises Drew, he's like, we can't sit there and count out all the good stuff that he's done. From bringing Liesl back to going to jail for your ass. When in all reality, half of the fans was like, are you out of your goddamn mind? You're going to sit there and trade jail time and time with your daughter to go to jail for something that Carly did. Are you out of your mind? And apparently that just went over her goddamn head. And she acts like the sacrifice that he made didn't mean a goddamn thing. And she's ready to go to war. She's ready to go to war, to go after Drew and everything like that. And I'm like, you do realize that your son is a grown-ass man that is working at 2 companies. But for some odd reason, you want to sit there and try to act like he's not capable of getting his own goddamn revenge. Why don't you sit there and work on the hotel, work on the maintenance to make sure nobody else falls out of a goddamn window instead of sitting there getting up in Michael's business? How about you do that? Eh, this is the reason why Michael has this passive aggressive nature and Willow disrespected him the way that she did. Why do you think it was so easy for Willow to sit there and take the children? Because she knew that Michael was not going to sit there and fight her. And that's partly because of Carly, that is always sitting there trying to fight Michael's battles. This is part of the reason why this generation, it, I'm not even going to go with it. But my point is that, Carly, I get it. That's your child. You want to sit there and fight for him and, you love him and everything like that. But there's times where you just seriously need to take a step back. 1 second. Let's talk about Drew. Let's talk about Jordan for a hot minute. Now, before I get to Jordan, I guess we gotta sit there and talk about Drew. Because, see, here's the thing. And I said this in my stream. Every single time that I sit there and I try to defend Drew, Drew does something stupid where I'm just like I swear, if I was Drew's lawyer, I would sit there and charge him more just for emotional distress. Just because he's just pissing me off. Because he's not helping this case. I get it. He wants to go out to the center. He wants to sit there and thank everyone and, do the whole politician thing. Why the hell did he need to sit there and talk to Willow? Now, while that's going on, the minute he walked in, Jordan had this very ugly disposition, bitchy look at him. And I'm like, wait, hold on. So, Jordan, I guess you're going to sit there and try to act like your shit don't stink, right? Like, your actions didn't sit there and turn brother against brother. The reason why Stella came into town and gave you so much smoke in the first place. But you have the audacity to sit there and look at Drew like he's some sort of scumbag. Listen, I'm not condoning what Drew did by any means, right? Because what Drew did was messed up on so many levels. Not only did you sit there and be with a married woman, but that was your nephew's. That was your nephew's wife right there. Like that's messed up on so many fundamental levels. So I'm not gonna sit there and give him a pass. But I'm like, boo, you have a past of your own. And your past is so bad that for the rest of your life, you don't have the freedom to sit there and judge anybody about cheating after what you did. You have zero room to sit there and criticize somebody. And unfortunately, we had to sit there and see a whole hour of just her scowling at Drew like he's the dirt of the earth, as though your shoes aren't dirty yourself. I don't give a shit how long ago that happened. It still happened. And what you're doing right now is you're looking like a goddamn hypocrite. Um, Now, I don't know if she sent in Felicia to sit there and run interference to protect Drew, but the looks on her face seemed like it wasn't. Um, there's a couple of times that Drew gets interrupted when Felicia comes in there. Because at first I was like, why the hell is Felicia in this episode? But I got why. Isaiah was there. Willow was there. Willow was sitting there talking to Isaiah about how she wants to sit there and just be glad to work and to kind of get her mind off her problems. And her problem just showed up right at the front door. That was kind of hilarious a little bit. Now, talk about Liz and Lucky. So, Cam is back. He brought a new beau. And I can sit there and tell you I like her already. Mostly because she didn't use him like a toilet seat, like Jocelyn did. Um, Yeah, that's never going away. By the way, that reference will sit there and be there as long as Jocelyn is on this show. But he got a new girl. All right, blonde. I guess blonde is his thing. So cool. Um, he came early, mostly because he couldn't sit there and make it for Christmas. And, Aiden was there. Cam was like, when are we going to sit there and see Tobias? Aiden had some sort of reason, like Christmas, Disney, or something. You know, can't sit there and go to anywhere else except for Disney World. And of course, because this is on ABC, which is owned by the Mouse, we had to sit there and get a song that I was not going to sit there and listen to. But if you enjoyed it, that's cool. No, oh, and then there's the Jocelyn scenes. And the thing is, I get it. She's grieving. Trina comes in there. Trina helps her out. Trina's probably one of the only people right now that actually knows what she's been going through. So she vents, and then towards the end, she's like she's gonna get justice for Dex, and I don't know. In the beginning, I liked Dex's character mostly because, well, let's be honest, I still called him Jason 2.0. Then they made him a cop, and that was a decision that pretty much damn well no one liked. But they could have done stuff with him. They really could have done stuff with him, and I don't know if they just want to take him off because they want to save some money. I mean, they liked him enough, and what I understand was some people said that he was on the show a lot longer than he was originally scheduled on. So props to the actor for making that work. But yeah. And of course there is Curtis and there is Michael. So Michael has this plan about leaking some sort of report about the stock dropping or something, some sort of clerk error. And he wants to sit there and make sure that Curtis is all in. He tells Curtis everything. He's like, hey, listen, with this fallout that's going on happening, most likely Drew will sit there and give you the job. They'll give you the job at this point. So if you don't want to sit there and go through with it, you don't have to. Be no harm, no foul. But Curtis, and his butthurt ass, decides he wants to sit there and go through with it anyway because, I don't know, he's all caught up in his feelings and whining about it. And, granted, listen, I get it. What Drew did was messed up. It wasn't the end of the world, but it was messed up. You shouldn't have sat there and let him on if you wasn't going to give him the job. You should have just been honest, both from a business point of view and from a friendship point of view. So I get that. But Curtis, you are taking this shit way too damn far, if we're going to be honest. You are taking this way too far. And, yeah, they go through with it. Drew looks at his phone and is like, what the So you saw in the preview, she's like, hey, Curtis, you don't seem like you're really surprised by that. What is going on? Um, I think that's about it. Oh, and Jordan takes a shot or whatever, and she's all nervous and it's all over. And I don't know. I have to tell you the truth. After all the dirty looks that she starts giving Drew out of nowhere and just completely out of pocket, given her history, I kind of started to just not care about anything else that Jordan was going that Jordan and her scenes was. Well, I feel better, but I know that there's probably, well, let's be honest, there's way more that I can get into about those two dingbats, specifically Nina and Carly. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Carly. There's times where I like Nina, but both of those two annoyed the living shit out of me. So they were both getting the smoke today. And as I always sit there and say, no matter if they're my favorite or not, across the board from all shows, no one has spared the rod. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have. That's the general gist. I might have left some stuff out, mostly due to probably being annoyed with Nina and Carly's dingbat actions today. So if I missed anything, write in the comment section below. Or better yet, come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. I will be talking about all the shows as usual. GH, Days of Our Lives, Born and Beautiful and Young and Restless. Um, there's some other characters that I was actually quite annoyed about. And I didn't even get and I didn't even watch Born and Beautiful yet, so that's a whole nother layer of smoke I may want to be giving tonight. So yeah, come through tonight. We'll sit there and talk about all of it. And anything I left out, right in the comment section below.